like I said, one of the things, again, I'm big on watching footwork, watching people's footwork, knowing people by their fruit. So when I came across Pastor Dow, one of the things I noticed is, and that was a positive confirmation to me, I guess, for lack of a better word, is he had a lot of high-level professionals who basically their life is built around spotting sound leadership, okay? And that's something you're going to hear in a lot of these testimonies. So this kind of dual testimony, because these two brothers, you know, they're accomplished athletes, NFL, they played in the NFL. We actually got 3 NFL players up here. But these two, their lives intertwined, and also in meeting Pastor Dow. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just hand it over to Brother Daniel, and he's just going to give his testimony about how he came about meeting Pastor Dow, what his thoughts were at first, and, you know, I'll just let y'all enjoy it.
Bless you, shalom, shalom, to all the righteous of Israel. Bless y'all. I'm not going to spend a lot of time before you. Mine is similar to most men that have heard Pastor Dow. I've heard Pastor Dow say it over and over. It takes a man to hear him. Okay, so after I was done playing football, I went to searching too, because I knew something wasn't right. I knew something wasn't right with the Sunday churches, and I was fed up with it. Connecting with Brother Kabir. Sorry about that. Okay, yes, sir. Connecting with Brother Kabir. Make a long story short, he ended up sending me a video. It was about a 6-minute video. And it took me all of, I want to say, a week to go through that video. Because I just kept going back, because just being real about it, I didn't like the way Pastor Dow was talking to me. I was pissed off. I didn't like it. I was like, hold on, man, why is he talking to me like that? And mind you, you know how Pastor is, he talking to everybody. But I personally took it. And me, I was reading the Bible. Kabir tell you, I was doing a Bible study for 3 years after I played, faithfully, every single Tuesday night. So when I heard the man of y'all speak, and I was angry about it, I was like, man, I'm going to prove this dude wrong. I'm going to prove him wrong. I'm going to prove him wrong. Well, I went to reading everything the shepherd was talking about, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't prove him wrong. I couldn't even come close to it. And just like most men in here, I wanted to meet him. I wanted to really see this man that spoke the way he did behind that camera. I wanted to see if he was really living like how he spoke. I wanted to see it. Well, my first time down to the land was during the Passover. And when I first came on the land, I met Pastor Dow. Pastor Dow comes out of his house. He says, bless you. He came up and gave me a hug. He said, come in. So I came in, I sat on his couch. He said, man, you can put your feet up. And I was like, you know, I'm trying to fill out the situation. I'm like, nah, I'm all right, you know. He said, no, put your feet up. And pulled the thing up, you know, in the little recline. I sat back and I just saw the love. I just saw so many people, because anybody that has been to a Feast and Straightway, you know, Pastor can't even make it 5 steps outside his house without 30, 40 people stopping him to talk to him. And I just saw all the people coming in and out of the house. All the people coming in and out of the house. And I saw so much love just going between people. Like, I was just like, man, I've never in my life seen nothing like this. And I did my research before I went down there. I saw all the foolishness, all the allegations. But I said, there's no way that you got a black man in America to talk as bold as he talked. I mean, just talks bold. And with all these allegations that people got, there's no way this man's still standing. I got to see it for myself. Y'all got to be with him. Well, guess what? When I went down there and I see people healed, when I see demons cast out of people, when I see people receiving the baptism of the Holy Spirit, when I see just so many different things and people literally living set apart. It was mind-blowing to me. Mind-blowing to me. And I made it that day. I made a vow that day. I said, this is it. We're not going nowhere. This is it. You know, and fast forward to Brother Rob and I'll let him expound upon it, but me and Rob were talking about business, because I know he was retiring, and we started talking about business because he likes to train his craft. He likes to train pass rushers, and I was already doing it. And he invited me over to the house one day and said, you know, come over. So I came over to the house, and one shirt literally started this whole thing. I had a shirt on that said Hebrew. And I walked in his house, and he looked at me, and he said, we're going to talk about this business, but we're going to talk about this shirt too. I said, all right. And then we sat down at the table, and I'm going to tell you what, it was hardly any business being spoken. We just kept talking about this shirt. So he was just like, all right, man, we got to sit down. We got to really have a conversation. And that's why I'm going to introduce you, my brother. Come on up here, man.
Glory to the King. Shalom, saints. Blessings and blessings to the elders, teachers, and all of the above blessings. For the people that know me, they know the only talking I like to do is is jokes. So we're going to keep this really short and sweet. And for the most part, I've enjoyed a pretty successful professional life, but at this point, it means nothing, literally nothing. And my experience with Pastor Dow is, to piggyback off what Brother Dan said, it was, all right, Brother Dan, you're saying all of this about this man. So mind you, it's always something that always did not sit right with me with Christianity. I just couldn't put my finger on it. I never felt anything. I'm not going to fake. I'm not going to jump in the clap and do all this stuff. I don't feel it, so I didn't do it. But anyway, I said, if he's half of what you say, put me in front of him. Put me in front of him, let me look him in the eye, and let me judge for myself. So he made a call, he accepted, we drive down, and mind you, the whole time it was like, I just need something that says no, a sliver of negativity, something. Please give me something so I can just go back to my lovely lifestyle and just, live happily ever after. We get down to the land. The second I come through the gates, it was just serenity. This is peace. I said, okay, all right, that was fluke. Let me meet it. I want to meet it. Because mind you, every video he put out, it pretty much, and I told Brother Dan, it kicks me in the chest. It kicked me right in the chest because it was convicting. And it was my favorite quote, it takes a man to hear a man. That's going to stick with me for the rest of my life. But we're on this land, feeding me breakfast, and Mother Carol saying yes sir and no sir, and it's like I'm not used to that. I'm not used to that. So okay, I'm taking it all in. I'm just observing, not saying a whole lot, just observing. So we get to his house, we sit down, we talk. But mind you, I'm still looking for that little negative energy, something. I still ain't got it yet. So we start talking more. And you can just feel the power through his words. A man he's not about the talk, he's about the walk. And like I said, people that know me, I always say, walk your talk. Footwork, do, walk it out. Just things like that. Everything that I'm observing, he's doing it. So, but mind you, this is not something that's normal. This whole Hebrew Israelite deal is not normal. Matter of fact, everything that I knew to be true, this is the complete opposite. the complete opposite. And so, mind you, I'm thinking about, okay, what's the cost? What's the cost? The fact that I couldn't find that 1 ounce of negative energy pretty much solidified it. And I said, look, he's everything that he said, Brother Dan, that he said you said he was. I'm in hook, line, sinker. I don't know what happens from here on out, but I'm in. So whatever it is that's going to happen from this point on, it is what it is. And it is what it is right now. So I'm a believer because I've seen it. It's not what I've been told. It's everything I felt. Ruach HaKodesh, speaking in tongues, the blessings, the healings, the miracles. I've seen a little girl's arm extend. I've seen a man that's crippled walk. I've seen it. I've seen it. So it's nothing anybody can tell me that if I see it, I believe it. Good luck trying to convince me otherwise. So Pastor Dow, he's a Jeremiah 3:15 man.
Yes, sir.
He's Jeremiah 3:15. He has my full support. I'm Hebrew. I'm Israelite. I'm all the above. So,
Hey, real fast. So you say you hit on a couple things that I think is what people, they either run from or run to. You talked about every time he spoke, he felt a kick in the chest. Would you say this will cause a lot of these people to either lash out or go investigate?
Well, I like to say barbecue and mildew, because if you're gonna, and I think, few people know what that means. Is once you get hit with truth, facts, you can even go research it yourself. But what are you going to do afterwards? Once you find out everything that he's saying is true, it's not what he's saying, it's how he's saying it. That stuff, people get offended in their feelings and stuff like that. So, if softness is and offense is going to turn you away from eternal salvation, then whatever, so be it. But the fact that he told me these things and I had to go back and research, I don't particularly believe everything that people say. I'm going to go research it. And I could not find a lie. I tried to debunk it. I really tried. I tried to find something negative. Just couldn't find it. So I'm not going to sit here and talk a lot and want to lead and teach. I just want to follow. I don't want the pressure. I leave that to them. I'm just going to follow.
If you could, real fast, brother, because I know talking to Kabir, talking to Brother Daniel, and when you came on my show that time, one of the big things that seeing people like you follow men like Pastor Dow is the fact that you, Brother Daniel, Brother Kabir, y'all have had careers that everything hinged on real leadership, on realism, on keeping it real and all that. So could you speak on all that, like how that kind of factors into it?
With football, it's a lot of discipline. The guys that go the furthest are the guys that's willing to do the little things. The minor things become the major things, and if you can listen to orders, commands from somebody that knows and that's been where you're trying to go, those are the guys that get the furthest. So the fact that I cannot debunk him. That's the moral of the story. I tried, I couldn't do it, so I'm in. Hook, line, and sinker. But with football, you have to follow leadership, follow strength, and then follow strength. Another quote from Pastor Bible. So,
hallelujah.
Awesome. I appreciate it, man. All right, y'all. So that's Robert Mathis.
Yeah.
I see. All right. So we got questions. Hold on. They gonna keep you up there. He's trying to run. Hey, look, you ain't on the football field. You ain't running from me. All right. So you got a question. Here you go.
My name is Brian. I'm out of Straightway, Jacksonville. You said that
Okay, I'm in hook, line, and sinker. What's next? And how much it's costing? But you skipped that part.
It cost a lot, and it's still costing, but
But what's next?
the kingdom. Whatever it takes to get to the kingdom, I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to cash in all my chips, and right now I'm in the process of doing that. So I live in a spare bedroom in Brother Daniel's home. I've been pretty successful, but it don't mean a damn thing to me.
I'm not challenging you. No. Just asking. What's next? Okay, you in hook, line, and sinker.
Community.
What is next?
Community
What
is.
does it count? I mean, what does it cost?
All right, so here's the good thing about following the true man of God, following the ministry that is walking this thing out. Number one, this stuff has been written for thousands of years. We've seen these men do it over and over and over and over. You read it throughout the entire book, right? Now, in our generation, we're seeing, I know at least I'm a young man, for the first time in my life, I'm seeing people actually live the book. So it's easy for me at this point. Now, is it easy in function? Is it easy in your name being slandered and people defaming all type of stuff? No, I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. However, I ain't got to figure out nothing. All I do is watch the ones doing it. So I see what they have done, right? So I sold everything. When I came into this truth, I remember we got a Marco Polo group called Sons of Jacob. I got on Sons of Jacob. I think this is my second Shabbat in my house. I said, everything's for sale. Selling it all. Anybody that's been in my house can tell you, my house is butt naked.
Yep.
The house is up next. I'm taking every single dime from it, and we have our land set. And we're going to work. It is what it is. We're going to work, and we're going to do exactly what we've seen the shepherd do, what the elders have done, what so many people have done. Number one, to glorify the Most High and do exactly what he said his will is for his people, is even our sanctification. That's number one. And number two, to be a blessing to his people. That's what's next. Does that answer the question?